to ChurchSites.tv, episode 3. We're so glad that you're watching with us today. Kudos out to Martin Hathaway in Cambridge, England for saying hello to us on episode 2. We appreciate you commenting. We're here at ChurchSites.tv to really do 3 things, and that is, number 1, to show you the best of websites in the church world throughout the globe. Number 2, what we want to do is show you some of the common trends that are happening on the web so that if you're running a website for a church, you kind of know what to look for and what to implement. And the third thing is that we're going to look at a church every single week, and we're going to give you a principle that you can implement in your website. Now, if you are a designer or you are a web developer, some of the things that we're going to give you might seem a little bit basic, might seem a little bit elementary to you. Now, from time to time, we're going to give you some kind of higher end things, but most of what we're going to share for those people, the majority of people that are out there struggling with their website, trying to get it up to date, trying to get it to work right, trying to get it beautiful, but yet they're just a volunteer. Not just a volunteer, they are a volunteer. Or they're a pastor who has really an understanding of this and trying to really represent his church well. Or maybe it is a design company that's working for a church and they're not really sure what are the elements that need to go in. Well, those are the kind of folks that we want to talk to here on ChurchSites.tv and help you just a bit. So today we're going to look at thelifechurch.com, thelifechurch.com in Memphis, Tennessee. Lots of great things about thelifechurch.com. And a couple things, actually one main thing that I want to point out to you today. So let's go ahead and look at it, the Life Church in Memphis, Tennessee. So again, with a lot of great websites, we see really great art, great background here, great images on the front. I'm assuming this is the pastor up at the top. That's a great piece of kind of connection there, right? So when you go to the church and you're visiting, you don't feel like you don't know anybody. At least I know the pastor. He's on the top of the website, right? He's there. So that's good. I love that. If you scroll down to the bottom of the site, you can see that you have this kind of scrollable left to right flash system which pulls up all the latest information. If you want to do online giving, if you want to do an outreach, be part of course we're doing this in December, Christmas right now, click on the news. I love that kind of information that's available. But the piece that I really want to focus on today in just a couple minutes that we have is this segment over here in the middle of the page on the right. It says the Life Church, and then it lists the different areas that they are serving in with the times. This is, I think, one of the most important pieces of this website because it tells me what's going on. There has to be a shift in your website, not just in your website, but there has to be a shift in maybe church life, whereas people are moving in masses to the web to get information, that your website for your church become what I call the single point of information flow. The single point of information flow. That means that in the past, when they had to find out about a snow day and they had to see it in the news and they're in your local market to find out there's a snow day, church is closed, or they had to find out from a friend or the secretary had to call, something like that, those days are over. It's still going to happen a little bit, but what people do now is if they want information, they're going to go to your website and they're going to see if it's up to date. So there has to be a shift. If your website is not up to date on what's happening, what time events are happening, what things are changing, when there are adjustments, then people are going to stop going to your site. It doesn't matter how beautiful it is. So what are a couple things that you can do with your website today to help it become a little bit better in terms of being the single point of information flow? Number 1 is you have to segment the workout, right? So it can't be just the secretary or just an administrator or just a senior pastor who knows everything that's going on. You have to make sure that your staff, if there is a staff, that your staff has a system to get that information to you about this has changed, this time has changed, this is canceled, those kind of things. You have to segment the work. Number 2, you have to dynamically allow for your site to be updated. Now, some of you have sites where that's just not possible, but if it is possible, try to move your site to a system. I don't mean a technical system, but I mean something like strategic system or a technical system where every department or every area can update the events as they need to so that it's always up to date. And follow this rule with your staff. If it's not on the website, then it's not the gospel truth for what's happening in terms of the time of when things are occurring. And the third thing that you can do is you need to use the tools that are available to you to communicate from your website outside of that directly to let people know when events are changing. Use email, use SMS texting, use Twitter. You can use lots of different tools available. Mix up the recipe from time to time. But if it's possible, drive that information from what is happening on the front page of your website. Look here again. Isn't it beautiful? TheLifeChurch.com in Memphis, Tennessee. Kudos to you. You've done a fantastic job, and I love your schedule. I love your calendar over here on the right-hand side. Thanks for watching ChurchSites.tv. Remember, if you take care of your website, it'll take care of you.